Sometimes you have to laugh at yourself because I am still learning and I made a silly mistake today that I'll share with you. This is the first card that I ever made for the Alternate Educator program, and I'm casing my card today and making this one. All right, so I'm going back to one of the older Altenew sets. This is Painted Flowers, and I'm going to case that card that I made for my very first Altenew Educator submission way back in February 2018. So I'm going to start off, I've pulled out all of the outline stamps, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp those in Obsidian Pigment ink. Now, the first time that I made this card, I did all of the legitimate layer stamping. I used all of the solid images and then the detail images and stamped them in two different purple colors. This time around, this is kind of like a painterly effect stamp set. And so this time around, what I wanted to do was actually kind of stick to more of that loose painterly effect. So I'm eliminating the solid layer. And because I eliminated the solid layer, it makes it a little harder to line up the detail images. I painstakingly put all of these detail images on. And then I wanted that painterly effect, you guys. So then I decided I was going to paint these detail stamps. What the heck? Why am I doing this? Like, I literally spent all of that time lining up those stamps and then painting the stamps, which is fine. Like, I've done that technique before with different types of stamps. But when your stamp is already a painterly stamp, why not just paint the stamped images? It's so much faster, you guys. So I just had to laugh. Like, at this point, I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I bother to line up the stamps? So I went ahead and finished those by painting them. I stamped another set, and yeah, I'm just gonna paint these flowers. Way easier, you guys. So this is actually, and I'm painting on Neenah Classic Crest Solar White 80 pound. I'm not using a lot of water, and I think it's totally fine to paint on that. I mean, I'm just gonna die cut these out, so I didn't see the point in wasting a really high quality piece of watercolor paper just for these really small images when I'm not really using a lot of water. So there's definitely times where it's appropriate to just go ahead and paint right on your Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, and that might be a time like this. So I'm only using 3 colors: Green Hills, Green Meadows, and shades of purple for these. It's super easy. And then I just die cut them with the coordinating dies. I use my circle stacking dies to cut a circle, and this circle is 4¼ inches. And I stamped a sentiment from Beauty Within. I used my stacking dies to create this black cardstock frame, which was similar to my first card. My first card was a shape card, which I find that so funny that that was my first Altenew Educator card, because I never make shape cards, you guys. Like, so strange. But in any case, there it is. So I thought I would do this for this one, but ultimately I end up turning this into an A2 size card. You could put another circle on the back of this and just score the top 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch so that you have a folding card and just glue those two pieces together at that scored line up top. But I chose to just make this an A2 size card. So I've put some of the flowers on foam squares, and for the little pieces, I just glued those directly to the card front. I did add some shades of purple splatter. I put some glue on the back of this, added this to, this is actually a card front, not the folding card yet. I find it difficult to take photos with the card base on, so I don't add the card base until I'm ready to send my cards. So I'll just get that lined up, and that is the finished card. So, moral of the story, don't overthink your situation. If you're going for a painterly effect, just paint it on there. Don't use the layer stamps. So I had a bit of a laugh today. So it's a really simple design. I do like the A2 format because you get more white space on there, which I really love, especially with all the black that we have as well. Here's the original card design that I submitted to the Altenew Educator program in 2018, and you can see this one is layer stamped instead of painted. This is part of an Altenew Educator hop, so be sure to follow the link down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I'll see you soon with more inspiration.